It's on, it's on.
We're ready to go. Welcome here by the Stephen Oval.
Come on. Yeah, it's on.
Yes.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Stephen Oval here between Hamilton's Rugby Football Club and Brackenfell. It's middle of the table clash. Live here on this Saturday afternoon. Welcome to my fellow commentator Adrian K. Adrian, welcome.
Thanks, Nick. Another captivating Super League A clash. He's coming off a great win last week against UWC. 39 points to 18. Should be interesting to see how both teams cope with the weather today.
And Williams carries the ball up field. And today's referee, Dylan Franco, who's got well over 50 caps in the Super League A, officiating today. His main focus points will be the breakdown, considering the weather and the wet ball that we'll have happening today.
Yes, Nick. It's very interesting to see how both teams will cope with the slippery underfoot conditions and the wet ball, and the possibility of further rain as the match continues.
Today is a typical Cape winter's day. I hope you're all sitting in front of your warm fireplace with a good bottle of Cape Red Merlot or Cabernet Sauvignon.
Brackenfell winning, stealing a line-out ball on the Hammy's throw there early on.
Oh, and a little bobble there from the fly, but he manages to get the kick away. And it bounces out.
Great kick there, taking play just over halfway. Hammy's territory. Hammy's will get the feed.
And Nokia will go in with the throw. Hammy's going with a bit of an unconventional line out here. Marlo Weich probably looking to collect the ball there. No, and it goes to his lock partner, Robbie. Good, strong carry up front there from Dean Basson. Louis Nell now going on to Robbie. Nell at the base of that ruck. Gets it out to Robeck. Robeck with a good carry up front. Nell onto Heinz Steenkamp, who goes a little chip forward. Bounces onto the Brackenfell wing, who's carrying it strongly up front. Duplessis. Duplessis was early change in this afternoon. And there goes a good strong carry there by the fullback, Sivertson. Daniels onto his forwards, back onto Hassa. Good strong carry up front. As we are in these early stages, no team giving each other an inch.
Yes, Nick, Brackenfell, a very physical team, and they'll certainly be bringing that challenge to Hammy's today. They've shown great patience so far with the attack, taking the ball through multiple phases so far.
Daniels at the base there. Oh, nice hit there, but referees adjudged him to be offside.
Yeah, great read by TJ Falkner, but unfortunately, in the opinion of the referee, he was not behind the last man's feet. The penalty is offside, just inside Hammy's territory.
And Grobler looking to set up. Oh no, going for poles.
Yeah, early indication from Brackenfell on what they expect in this game. Nick, going for goal from just about 50 meters out, looking to get ahead on the scoreboard. Don't know how the weather's going to influence this game, and this 3 points, if they manage to get it, could be quite important.
Yes, Aspeling with the kick at goal. There is quite a sturdy cross breeze, which should definitely affect this kick. And Aspeling taking his time. This is a very important kick to open proceedings. The crowd waiting in anticipation for this kick. And he slots it nicely just to the right. And we'll see what Hammies decide to do. No, it's gone past the dead ball line, so they'll go with the 22-meter restart. Heinz Steenkamp with ball in hand. I'm sure he's going to look to hope to get a bit of height with this ball. No, he chooses to go for distance. Sivertson with the ball up front onto his fly half Grobler. Daniels there at the base of that ruck. And penalty to Brackenfell.
The referee judging Hammies to have had hands in the ruck there after the ruck had formed. And the penalties against Nick Robeck, number 3.
Grobler just getting it, squeezing it into the 22. And Van Black here is going to be throwing the ball in.
Yes, Brackenfell certainly will come with a massive physical challenge, and so far the game's been very even between the two, Nick.
Yeah, good catch there by Swart. Brackenfell just going to ground there with the maul. Running onto it nicely there is Hassa. And he's broken through.
Great pick and drive there.
The prop forward running through Loubser. Now Daniels through onto Grobler. Daniels again back to Grobler. The combination is working so well today.
And another penalty to Brackenfell. And again, they've chosen to go to goal. So Brackenfell with some early dominance here. Hammy's not really able to get into the game or get any sort of momentum. It's been all Brackenfell so far in the first 7.5 minutes of this game, Nick.
Aspeling lining up the kick. He's looking to definitely be a bit more successful with this kick. It's a lot easier. It's right out in front, just on the 22. So he'd be looking to do this in his sleep. But can he do it today at the Stephen Oval in front of a full house Hammy's crowd here? And he strokes it over. Brackenfell with the lead, 3 points to 0. We just like to also thank our sponsors for today's broadcast, Kropper Sport, Decro Paint, and Strasburger's fine shoes.
Yes, Brackenfell with an early lead reward for their dominance as the rain starts again. We had quite a downpour during the second team game earlier on, Nick. And this could be a very tight affair.
Gathered comfortably there from Hammies, but the ref has adjudged the ball to be lost forward.
Yeah, I think it could very well be a case of a game of a lot of handling errors and a lot of scrum. So this phase is definitely going to be vital. We'll see how Hammies match up against Brackenfell and their very physical pack of forwards.
Been quite a cagey affair for the opening 10 minutes, Adrian. Neither side asserting domination, but Brackenfell with the early points here.
Yeah, the game hasn't really got into any sort of flow or momentum at this stage, and we'll see. I suspect that'll be the case for much of the first half, as the teams feel each other out. And I think what will be imperative is that teams look to build a score here, and hopefully to finish it out in the second half.
Yes, tail of the tape for Brackenfell is they've played 5, won 2, lost 3. So they're going to definitely be trying to get a positive result here as the referee gives a penalty to Hammies. Good attacking platform there, Adrian, for them to begin with.
Yes, a very important phase. I think we spoke about it a few moments ago, how important scrums are going to be on a day like this. And it looks like Heinz Steenkamp's going to try to put this one in the corner and set up a rolling maul.
And he seems to get it just off the 5-meter line. So Hammy's with some good space there in which to work a nice attacking line out.
It's interesting that they didn't opt for the 3 points there, Nick. Obviously backing their line out drive. So let's see if that's the right decision.
Yeah, as our beloved chairman Mike Reynolds watches in the background there.
Hello, coach.
And unfortunately another line out going wasted for Hammies. They could rue these mistakes later on in the game. That's the second line out in Brackenfell territory that Hamiltons have not been able to capitalize on. But they'll have another chance here, Nick. Poor clearance there from the fly of Grobler. And Hamilton's once again back on the attack. Let off the hook there. As that one skewed off Grobler's boot.
Yeah, they got a very easy get out of jail there card, Hammies, after spoiling that first line out. So they'll have a second take here.
Let's see if they can get it right this time, Nick.
Nokia in with the throw. Doesn't find his jumper. And the ref not happy with that.
Yeah, another skew feed and unfortunately another error in the line out by Hammies. That's the third line out that's gone astray now in deep in Brackenfell's territory. And of course Hammies didn't opt to go for goal. So as these errors begin to mount, certainly the Brackenfell team will grow in confidence.
Daniel's just waiting to put the ball in. Grobler waiting there in the pocket to deliver the clearance kick.
A huge scrum by Brackenfell. Perhaps not getting the reward they would have thought, and some of the members of the front row greeting one another. Clearly haven't met before, Nick.
Very inexperienced forward pack with Robeck, the prop forward with 5 caps, Martinez with 2 caps, and Ray Williams, the number 7, with only also 2 caps. So not a heck of a lot of experience in this Hammies forward pack.
Much better scrum there by Hammies. Now the pressure's on Brackenfell. They try to peel away there. Quickly shut down.
It might not be the most pleasant of days, but this beautiful feed is being brought to you by StatsPro.
Play seemed to break down there for a bit, Nick. Players were waiting for a decision from the referee. What's that old lesson? Play to the whistle.
Very true. And Daniels with the kick up onto Ralston, who passes it through to McLaughlin, onto his other wing, Karim. Good strong carry, nice offload into the 22. Hammy's pushing forward here with good pressure on. Louis Null spreading it wide. Onto Nokia.
A little bit isolated, but Hammy's make the clean out. Hammy's showing a lot of imagination and creativity, spreading the ball wide in the rain, but they've turned it over now. That was ripped out of his hands. Unfortunately, Hammy's another chance that went missing there.
And the good clearance kick there from Brackenfell, right in front of us. Hinku Martins with an athletic leap into the air. Louis Null there at the base, busy setting up play. He goes blindside onto McLaughlin. He gets pushed a little bit back there. Now onto Steenkamp. Through onto Marlo Weich. Marlo Weich returning to the starting lineup after a couple of weeks out. Nokia passing it on to his partner there in the front row.
And the referee awarding Hamilton's a penalty. No release in the tackle. Brackenfell slowing the ball down there, but not releasing. And Hammies get another chance to get into Brackenfell's half. And Heinz Steenkamp perhaps not getting a clean strike on that one, but takes play to just past the 10-meter line in Brackenfell's half. Another line out now. Hammies will look to try and fix their problems in the line out. Hopefully for them, they'll get this one right.
Yeah, Hammies are probably needing to fight clever in these weather conditions. It's not quite the same conditions we had when they played against Marty's 2 weeks back. Robeck with the ball up front there. Louis now offloading it onto Martinez, the man who played last season in Russia, onto Dean Basson, through to Heinz Steenkamp with a little kick and a regather there. He's done well. And it's just the pass is not gone to hand.
Well, great inventive play by Heinz Steenkamp with a little grubber through, and he managed to regather. Unfortunately, the last pass not going to hand. Otherwise, there was trouble on the outside there for Brackenfell. Certainly, Heinz Steenkamp once again, the engine of invention here for Hammies, and they'll be looking to him to be a catalyst for victory today.
Van Black with the throw in. He goes to his back jumper, which is Van der Merwe. Daniels has got a few options. He's got Grobler waiting in the pocket there. No, he decides to try and kick on himself.
Charged down by Friedel Weich. Now Hammies have got a chance.
Louis now organising his attack. Onto Robeck. Not going anywhere. Big clean out there from Martinez. The ref doesn't like what he saw there, and penalty to Brackenfell.
Well, Brackenfell getting the penalty for holding on, contesting the breakdown right underneath their posts, a vital intervention. And they get a chance to clear their lines. So far, one would say, I think it's certainly Brackenfell who have the edge at the breakdown, Nick.
And it looks like the referee's assistant has gone to give him some insight into what he saw.
Yeah, it seems to me like there might have been an incident there that they're having a discussion about. Let's hope that there was no foul play. And we'll wait for his decision now. It seems like he's sticking with... Oh, no, he's turned it around. He's turned the penalty around, and that seems to have been a tackle without the ball.
Now, Adrian, what would you do in this situation? Go for the 3 points on offer, or go for the try?
Well, they've gone for the scrum. That's certainly a phase where it's been about 50-50 so far, Nick. If anything, I think Butalopsche has maybe had the edge in this game so far. Tremendously experienced tight head prop. It's a risky one in these conditions. We've certainly seen Hammies have the better of the last 10 minutes or so. Not able to capitalize, and that's why the score at the moment is 3-0.
Hammies opting now to go at the wide. McLaughlin onto Null, onto Heinz Steenkamp, and he gets tackled out.
Yeah, great defense from Brackenfell. Hammies perhaps not showing enough patience there to build a little bit of pressure. And once again, Brackenfell have a chance to clear their lines. All this dominance at the moment not paying off and not being turned into points, Nick. And
yeah, Hammies have turned down 2 kickable, penalties, which could have been 6-3 up on the board, but not the case. Grobler again with a big clearance.
This is not out. McLaughlin's underneath it.
McLaughlin running, passing on to Rawston. Ralston being tackled high there, and the ref's given a penalty.
Yeah, high tackle on Damien Ralston in the middle of the field, about 35 meters out from the goalposts, and this time the captain Heinz Steenkamp decides it's time to put some points on the board.
Yes, I think he's seen the light, and in this opportunity, when the points are there, you got to take it.
Yeah, a bit of a soft penalty to give away from Brackenfell. There were about 2-3 players around Damien Ralston in that situation, and they conceded another penalty in their half, and let's see if Heinz Steenkamp can put this one through the post.
Not the easiest of kicking conditions today with that breeze going across the field, but he steps up and it is over. Heinz Steenkamp with Hammy's first points here today.
The Hammies have certainly made a point of saying that they're taking each game and treating each game as a cup final, taking this league, this 2022 league season game by game, and their preparation for Brackenfell has been quite intense this week, Nick.
Yeah, after a slow start out of the blocks, they now have to, treat each game as if it's do or die in that race to make the top 6. Currently sitting mid-table, I think they're sitting about 8th position, so they got a lot of catch-up work to do. But their run-in now against the lower-ranked league teams, they should be looking to rack up the wins.
Yeah, Brackenfell will certainly make that task easier with a kick straight direct into touch from the kickoff, and now Hammies have yet another opportunity to put some pressure on Brackenfell from the scrum.
Okay, Louis now about to put the ball in. Backline there's got nice, plenty of space to work with. So let's see what they do with it. They're looking to go Hinku Martins peeling off the back of that scrum, but not as effective as they would have liked. Good counter ruck there from Brackenfell, and they've regathered possession. Daniels onto his hooker. Taken up by Aspeling. Brackenfell are really up for this game. You can tell they've been really working on their forward play here.
Well, that was a really soft moment, getting counter-rucked off the ball in that manner. And here's Buta Lopsha.
Onto Grobler. Grobler dancing through the defense. Going down just before the 10-meter line. Brackenfell setting their play up. And the referee penalizes Brackenfell.
Well, I believe the penalty was for the player not being behind the last feet or doing the pick and drive from behind the last feet at the breakdown, Nick. So the player's part of the ruck has to be behind the last feet to effect the pick and drive.
Heinz Steenkamp with the kick for touch, and he gets it quite comfortably.
So Hammies get out of jail there, and they've got a chance now in this line-out. Let's see how it goes.
Nokia probably looking for Hinku Martins, which he finds him. Nell onto Heinz Steenkamp, onto Ray Williams. Ray Williams, the Daniel Pienaar alumni and Baby Bok.
Kick charge down. Another soft moment for Hammies. And Brackenfell get the penalty.
Considering Brackenfell options, I do imagine they would look to go for the 3 points on offer.
Yes, most certainly. It's been a game of Hammy's errors that have led up to this point, Nick. Brackenfell with a chance to go back into the lead by 6 points to 3. 25 minutes, just approaching 25 minutes on the clock. Hammies have certainly had the better of the chances in this game, but they've failed to capitalize, and now quite possibly could go into the final 15 minutes of this half trailing by 6 points to 3. If
And he's got a nice little gentle two-step run up there. And it's over. Brackenfell take the lead after 25 minutes. It's 6 points to 3 to the visitors.
yeah, Brackenfell probably coming here as the slight underdogs, having lost the pre-season match against Hamilton's by 29 points to 5 on this ground. So certainly Hammies would have been expected to be favourites today, but Brackenfell have certainly come out firing and made their presence felt.
Steenkamp with the restart into the 22 of Brackenfell, and Daniels with the clearance upfield onto Ray Williams, who was a little bit sloppy with that one, which is he's regathered it nicely onto Heinz Steenkamp, going on to Wensley Scott there. Louis Null onto Steenkamp, onto McLachlan. Louis Null back there with the ball. Steenkamp just looking to spread it down the line onto Williams, onto Robeck. Null again, spreading it wide to Steenkamp. He gives it to his forward, who's just waiting there. Hammy's playing the patient game here, Adrian.
Yes, very, very clear that Brackenfell do want to contest the ruck and counter ruck and not give Hammies any quick ball. They're harassing Louis Null with these counter rucks, and now there seems to be an intervention from the assistant referee on the far side. There was a scrum that was called for Hammies. I'm not sure whether there was a knock on or anything, but it seems like the assistant referee has seen something that he'd like to alert the referee about.
Looks to be a high tackle from someone.
Right, let's see what the decision is, Nick. Seems like we're going to stick with the original decision here. And that's a scrum to Hammies, just within their territory. Hammies trailing by 3 points to 6 after 27.5 minutes.
Quite a tentative affair here still. Each team not giving away too much. But both defences have been pretty rock solid. So the only way teams have been able to score points is by going for poles. Louis now looking to put the ball in.
Well, so far I'd say that Brackenfell probably had slightly better of the affair at scrum time, Nick. The Hammies line-out have also let them down, and there have been plenty of opportunities that Hammies have not been able to capitalise on at this stage.
Yeah, listen, it's always going to be tough if your scrums and your lineouts aren't going to plan. It's a good base to build momentum through your forwards, and if that's not happening, your backs don't have much good ball to work with. Louis now puts it in.
Great scrum this time by Hammies. They certainly won that round.
Steenkamp onto his man Falconer. McLachlan running up onto Martins, finding a bit of space there, gaining some good meterage. Louis now waiting to get that ball out. Hammies now with the charge upfield. Louis now onto Martinez, who offloads it. Good carry through there. And it's a penalty to Brackenfell. Holding on, the referee calls it.
Well, this is a critical phase in the game. We've now seen a number of turnovers from Brackenfell contesting the ruck. And once again, Hammy's not able to capitalise on the pressure in the half of Brackenfell.
And he finds touch just on halfway.
Well, there's no question the coaches Robert Olivier and Greg van Jaarsveld will be concerned at this stage with Hammy's failure to convert pressure into points.
Van Black with the throw in. He's going to look to try and find either Swart or Oberholzer.
Oh, one against the throw this time for Hammies.
Running through strongly. Big hits onto Heinz Steenkamp.
Well, big question. Were there any arms used in that tackle, Nick? Very, very contentious decision. The referee has adjudged Hamilton's guilty of foul language. I believe the penalty was for, Nick.
Not the first time this season. They've lost a key player against Marty's for foul language, so that's something they need to definitely work on if they want to push forward in the Super League campaign.
Well, this line out's about 7 or 8 meters from the Hamilton's line, and that certainly was an unnecessary penalty to concede.
Brackenfell now with a good base to lead an attack. Van Black's going to be key here with a good strong throw, whether he finds his jumpers or not, knowing that Hammy's won the previous line out. And he finds Swart very easily. Good drive there forward from Brackenfell. Getting close to the line there. And it's a turnover, and there's shirts coming off.
Yeah, a vital intervention there by Hammies, getting the penalty at the breakdown. It seemed to be Henku Martins, if I'm not mistaken, in over the ball.
Henku, the SA7 stalwart.
And Heinz Steenkamp able to relieve some pressure, which he duly does, with a great touch finder just up to the halfway mark. So, Nick, up to this point, definitely a game of missed opportunities. Both sides could probably feel that they had many more opportunities than they're able to convert into points.
I think the cold Cape weather, being cold and damp, is definitely affecting today's game. Not as free-flowing as one would have hoped, but a good test for the players. Nokia with a good strong carry up in the middle of the field there, just past halfway. Louis now onto Heinz Steenkamp. Finding Yusuf Karim. Karim with quick step there. Back onto Steenkamp, onto Martinez.
Massive hit on Devin Martinez, and Brackenfell able to turn the ball over. These exchanges of turning the ball over on the Hammies tight forwards is certainly reaping rewards for Brackenfell. They're getting out of jail here constantly.
You can definitely expect this type of handling in this weather. Plenty of scrums we can expect today, and it's definitely living up to that.
Very noticeable that the physical challenge that Brackenfell pose here has certainly unsettled Hammies a bit. Hammies not really able to get that go forward and that momentum at this stage. Brackenfell have physically come with an onslaught here in the first 33 minutes.
And the refs called time off as we wait for the Brackenfell player just to be attended to there by the physio and by the medics.
Yeah, I'm sure running into Devin Martinez is not a pleasurable thing, Nick.
No, I think there's other things I'd rather be interested in doing.
Like the referee's having a word about the scrums, most probably. Time is back on, and we're going to restart with a scrum on the 10-meter line, Brackenfell territory.
Brackenfell really giving a good account of themselves today. Never easy to come here to the Stephen Oval on a cold winter's day. And they are in the lead with less than 6 minutes to go till the halftime break.
Yeah, Yeah, I think these 6 minutes are going to be very important in deciding the outcome of this game, Nick. We've mentioned it before the period, just before half-time and just after half-time being crucial to the outcome of the game. We saw Hammy scoring a succession of tries last week against UWC just before and just after half-time. So let's see what happens in the next 5 minutes.
Quite a good moment there for Brackenfell. Good strong push up there in the maul, earning them the penalty. And they'll just look to, again, set up the line out, into Hammy's territory and try and just protect this 3-point lead, if not extend it before half time.
Yes, a scrum penalty under pressure there, in the opinion of the ref. The Brackenfell front row will be proud about that one. They certainly got the shove on the Hammy's front row there, and they're able to set up yet another attack in Hammy's territory.
Children, the mics are on. Come on. And Van Black there with another throw, finding Rue, the captain, but the ref judged that to have gone skew.
Yes, another opportunity. I must tell you, the conditions have improved here somewhat, Nick. The breeze seems to have died down a bit. There's no real rain at the moment, although we are undercover here in the comforts of the commentary studio.
Yeah, as we can see behind Cape Town Stadium, with the sky starting to clear. But Lions Head and Table Mountain all still very much covered with that thick cloud.
Yeah, important scrum for Hammies just outside the 22.
Louis now setting up onto Wensley Scott. That doesn't go to hand, but the ref gives Hammies a penalty.
Yes, referee judging Brackenfell to be walking around in the scrum there. And now Heinz Steenkamp has a chance to get Hammies back into Brackenfell territory.
Well, I must say, before the start of today, we didn't think it would be such a low-scoring affair.
Yes, the weather certainly turned around about midday. There was quite a lot of rain. And there was a huge downpour during the second team game. And that's caused the field to be extremely wet and soggy underfoot.
Nokia with the throw. And he finds Friedel Weich. Ray Williams now running upfield, but not going much forward. Louis now spraying it well out to Nokia, who goes, the tackler goes a bit high on him, which isn't really a clever option. On to Dean Basson. The action happening right here in front of us. Fantastic view for us. There goes Nokia again. Devin Martinez with a big clean out. Onto Heinz Steenkamp to Wensley Scott. Going on to McLaughlin, who passes it off to Karim, who's running up into the 22.
Beautiful backline play by Hammies, and now they've got the momentum they've been looking for all half. Here's Friedel Weich. It's a bit isolated. Hammies get away with it.
Louis now getting that ball out nice and quick. Now going back into the open side onto Nokia. And the ref gives a penalty. Surely they have to go for poles just before half-time here, Adrian.
Well, number 12, Aspeling not able to roll away in time, in the opinion of the referee, and that's what the penalty has come for, right underneath the posts.
And they go for the scrum. My word.
Well, these are important decisions, Nick. We already saw 3 points being turned down by Hammies earlier on in the half. And here's another occasion. They will have to capitalize on these just before half-time. There's been a lot of pressure that Hammies have applied deep inside Brackenfell's 22, and they've not been able to convert that into points. But yeah, just before half-time, they have a scrum in the middle of the field. Backline split both ways. Options all over the place. Let's see what happens.
Big scrum this in the context of this half. Hammy's wanting to go into the halftime break with the lead. Louis now allows it to go to Martins, who gives it to McLaughlin, gives it on to Ralston. Louis now there, giving out wide, and his forwards not really making much progress in that play. Oh, he did well to hold on to that. Now going wide. Oh, he's given it on to Karim, but Karim can't do much. Is that Hinku Martins there with the ball?
Ball splutters out, and great work by Heinz Steenkamp to recover the ball there. Another ferocious counter-ruck by Brackenfell.
Wensley Scott playing scrummy there in place of Louis Null. Dean Basson, the man of the match against the Marties.
This is where Hammies are dangerous. Perhaps the wrong option there by Wynand McLaughlin. Not a lot of players over there. There was a 5-on-2 in the defensive line. And Nick, that's half time.
Now I think Brackenfell will be very happy with that half, considering that they've got the lead. And coming into the lines, then that is the Stephen Oval.
Yeah, I must say Brackenfell have definitely brought a massive physical challenge to the Stephen Oval today. Physically, they had the better of that half. I think at the breakdown they had the better of that half, and it was pretty tight in the scrums. Both teams will think that they left some points out on the field, but certainly with a 6-3 lead at halftime, Brackenfell will be the happier of the two in these conditions.
Yes, I think Tinus van Rensburg and Henry Versace are really going to try and motivate their team just to keep going at it after getting the good lead here in the first half, while Coach Robert Olivier and his counterpart Greg van Jaarsveld are going to have to try and just motivate their guys to pull on a proper show here in the second half for the home crowd. And we have the beautiful Cape Town Stadium in the background there. We'd like to thank Clippers Sport, Decro Paints and Strasburger Shoes for their support in sponsoring this broadcast. This broadcast going all over the world to our viewers. Just like to give a special mention to Rob Olivier's family there in the city of Roses, Bloemfontein, South Africa's judicial capital. And as we look at the Brackenfell first 15, Björkman there with a good performance, especially scrum time in the first half. Van Black having a great impetus at line-out time. Lobes giving good support there with that complements that entire front free. Morne Oberholzer with some good line-out catches. Hugo Swart being the punisher in the good open play there. Marcel Roux the captain. Peter Sprief and Skalk van der Merwe working well there at scrum time. Clayton Daniels been ever so busy down in the midfield with his partner Grobler. Dan Aspling with a few crucial kicks that have put Brackenfell in the lead. Jurgens and Van Staden just being quite sturdy, on the line there. And then Sivertson doing pretty well there at the back, just protecting the defence of Brackenfell. Adrian.
Yeah, it's been a very impressive performance from Brackenfell so far. And if you look at their bench, Thomas Booker, Dewald Els, Louis Bester, Nicolas Null, Pierre Kuchlenberg, Chester Kruger, Sean Mouton and Arnaud Duplessis. Now, these guys will have a massive role to play in the second half if Brackenfell are to come away with the points here today. Just looking at the Hammies starting 15. Devin Martinez starts at loose head with Vandre Nokia, who came off the bench last week. He's at hooker. Nick Robeck's the tight head prop. Dion Rabi and Friedel Weich are the lock combination, and the very influential loose trio of Dean Basson, Ray Williams and Henko Martins. Ray Williams has been a bit quiet in this game so far. He's certainly been wrapped up by some very effective defence on the part of Brackenfell, and then that halfback combination of Louis Null and Heinz Steenkamp that we spoke about, mentioned so many times against Marties, perhaps not having the same effect today as they had in that game, Nick. There's been a lot of enterprise from Yazid Karim and Wynand McLaughlin, along with Heinz Steenkamp, certainly the creative brains trust of the Hamilton's backline. Not much opportunity for Wensley Scott so far, but DJ Felton has looked dangerous when he's carried the ball. And so far, Damien Rawston has had limited opportunities. Yeah, the Hamilton's bench, these guys have got a big job. They certainly need to lift the energy of the Hamilton's team when they come on in the second half. We are expecting that Coach Robert Olivier will certainly employ all of them in the second half to close out this game.
So Adrian, looking at that bench there of Kutsia, Gustafsson, Taylor, Apoleni, Harris, Janssen and Wilson, who do you think Coach Rob's going to call on to make the biggest impact?
Well, I think he'll certainly be looking at a little bit more energy from the forward pack at this stage. I think Hamilton's have looked very enterprising in the back line. When they've taken the ball wide, they've looked dangerous. Brackenfell has scrambled very well in defence. But I think you'll certainly be looking for lift and energy up front. And that's probably where the first changes are going to come.
Brackenfell already in position here. You can see they want to get on with this. They are 40 minutes away from a famous victory here at the Stephen Oval. Beginning of the week, not many supporters would have given them a chance, but they've come out here. They made the long trip out from Brackenfell, 40 k's down the road, and they're currently in the lead and doing the business.
Yeah, it's certainly, Nick. Any points on the board are valuable at the moment. There's no question about it. And they have the lead. And we certainly saw in the second team game earlier on that a game that was decided by a penalty kick, that Hammies may rue the opportunities they had to kick the goal in this game. We'll see how it turns out. There's no question that the captain, Heinz Steenkamp, is backing his players to score tries against Brackenfell. And we see what sort of energy they come out with early on in the second half.
Already we can see the first change that Coach Robert has made is bringing on Aubrey Kutsia, the experienced man from Paul Roos Gymnasium, looking to get some spark from that front row of his.
Yeah, certainly Aubrey Kutsia, a stalwart of this Hamilton's first team, and certainly a lot of experience, and he's the first change that Robert Olivier has rung here in the second half as we are about to kick off.
And Grobler looking to start the second half. And he goes, he gets a nice, beautiful, high restart there. And Brackenfell have regathered through Rue the captain. Daniels there trying to search for it. He gets it onto Grobler. Gives it on to his inside centre, Aspeling. Daniels again, going the other way. Onto his wing, through to his 8th man, Van der Merwe. Van der Merwe going through. And he finally comes down to rest. Grobler through onto his prop. Gives a tricky pass to his fullback.
He's able to trap Brackenfell way behind the advantage line there.
And Brackenfell starting the second half with quite a bit of energy amongst themselves. A kick onto McLaughlin. He catches it with the greatest of ease. John T. Rhodes under that high ball.
The referees adjudged what looks like... I thought it might be a forward pass, but he's signalled for a knock-on. And a great start in the second half by Brackenfell. They won the ball off the kick-off in slippery conditions, opting to kick short. And they're once again in possession inside the Hamilton's half. Not a lot of action here today yet, Nick, but certainly the second half will no doubt be full of drama.
Yes, I think, as we count down to those last 20 minutes that are going to really be the crux of this game. Both teams just want to be in it until then. You don't want to give too big a lead away.
And it's a tight head for Hammies.
You don't see those often with Hinku Martins with a strong run upfield.
Oh, and that was a soft penalty to give away. Penalty for side entry. And once again, Hamilton's guilty of making mistakes and allowing Brackenfell to get deep into Hammy's territory. This kick just inside the 22.
Aspeling not too keen on going for the kick, so they've opted to go for the line out. What can Brackenfell make of this line out? They are inside Hammy's 22. Nice and fresh after the halftime break, and it goes a begging.
And another line out that went awry for Brackenfell, but they were fortunate to escape with a knock on there by Hammies.
And already the spectators are calling for the old brown sherry on this cold winter's day.
Yes, it's certainly a day for jackets, raincoats and umbrellas, Nick. And old brown sherry apparently too.
Good old OB.
Right, scrum just inside Hammy's 22. Brackenfell will be looking to convert this opportunity into some points.
What do you make of that scrum there, Adrian?
Massive scrum by Hammies. And Devin Martinez will be happy about that one. Hammies get the decision. And another few words being spoken there.
Devin Martinez, a very well-travelled man who was, before the start of the season, based at CSKA Rugby Club in Moscow. And now finding himself representing the famous colours of Hamilton's.
Yes, well, he certainly got the decision there. He'll be very happy with that first scrum of the second half. And that's put Hammies on the front foot here. And let's see if they can get some continuity. Not much continuity in the first half from Hammies. Not able to keep the ball for long periods of time without turning it over at the breakdown. And that has been a crucial reason why Brackenfell lead by 6 points to 3 at the moment.
Aubrey Kutsia with the throw in. And he finds Hinku Martins. He gives it on to Louis Nell. To Heinz Steenkamp. On to Ray Williams.
Once again, Ray Williams wrapped up in contact. That seemed to be a bit of a high tackle there. Not sure the referee saw that.
McLaughlin running onto it with a little chip. Onto Daniels, who's given it through to his teammate.
Great tackle by Damien Ralston. Perfect technique.
Good strong run there by Bjerkman. Now Daniels Spreading out to Grobler. Grobler finding a bit of
sees the gap.
space. Daniels onto his forward who's lost it forward. Hammy scrum right in front of us.
Yes, I think we're certainly getting down to that time where points are going to matter, Nick. Hammy certainly for their hopes need to get into Brackenfell's territory and get some points on the board. More changes as looks like Nick Robeck and Dion Rabi are being replaced. And it seems to me
just looking for confirmation of who that sub was.
I think that could be Gustafsson. Arno Gustafsson, who's come on in place of Nick Robeck. Second scrum of the half. Another big scrum by Hammies.
Einsteinkamp with the switch. Inside finding, is that Karim there? Rawson calling for the ball. Not going to him. Ref giving advantage out to Brackenfell.
Another turnover at the breakdown, Nick. These are going to be very costly to Hammies. Brackenfell have been absolutely brilliant at the breakdown in this game. There's no question about it.
If you consider how superbly Hammies played last week to dismantle UWC, today is a whole different encounter against the mighty Bruckies.
Well, I think the conditions certainly have favoured Brackenfell in their power game. I think Hamiltons have looked much more enterprising when they've taken the ball wide. They look dangerous, but the conditions have really not allowed a free-flowing, wide, enterprising game. And that could well be playing into Brackenfell's hands and could be the deciding outcome today.
Yeah, I think Hamiltons just need to be patient. They need to take the kickable points that are on offer, because today to score a try is very difficult. Very, very difficult. Van Black with the throw, and he doesn't find his jumper.
Stolen, but it looks like Henko Martins there in the front of the line-out.
He's probably been the standout performer for Hamiltons today.
Well, he certainly had a big impact, and he carries the game just inside Hammy's 22.
Very high work rate today. Heinz Steenkamp with the clearance. Comfortably out.
So Brackenfell camped inside Hammy's half now for most of these 9 minutes in the second half, Nick. And the question is, as I suppose it was 2 weeks ago when Marty's was here, is which side's going to take their opportunities? This time this time Brackenfell win the line out.
Okay, Daniels there onto his fly half Grobler, who passes it inside to the number 13. Daniels just turning around, running, and eventually running straight. Pick and drive there from Bruckies. In front of the referee, knock on. Hammies here to try and assert something from the scrum. They're currently in their own half, not really going anywhere, behind on the scoreboard. Things not looking too bright for Hammies at present there, Adrian.
Yes, but a crucial intervention by Arno Gustafsson there. Great defense. He was able to rip the ball. The referee judged Brackenfell of knocking the ball on, and so Hammies have a scrum. The scrums, I must say, just an early indicator here, the scrums have certainly been much better for Hammies in this half. And they'll be looking to use this platform now to get out of their half and into Brackenfell territory.
Yeah, since Arno Gustafsson from the mighty Puck has come on, the scrums have definitely looked a lot brighter for Hammies. Look at that. Great push there. Really asserting that forward domination onto Heinz Steenkamp. Finding his outside back with a good offload onto Mr. Karim. Action right under our noses here this afternoon. Hammies with a good momentum now. Louis Null finding Gustafsson. Gustafsson bringing through a great bundle of energy there.
Well, great defense by Brackenfell. This time they've been caught for offside. They've certainly been pushing that offside line all day long. Here's DJ Faulkner. Hammies have penalty advantage though.
Heinz Steenkamp with a kick. And the regather there from Gustafsson. Since coming on, Gustafsson's really been putting on a great show here for the crowd here at the Stephen Oval.
High tackle. The referee seemed to have missed that one now. Hammy's coach is baying for a decision there.
Sloppy play there, but the ref will come back for the offside penalty.
Yes, a little bit of continuity there, Nick. I suppose it started with a very good scrum by Hammy's. And Hammy's probably a bit unlucky not to get a decision for a high tackle further up the field.
And the Brackenfell player coming off for the blood bin. Heinz Steenkamp looking to set up a strong line out just outside of the 22. Oh, no, and he just kept it in play there. Heinz Steenkamp trying to go for a little bit too much distance. Bit of aerial ping pong here going on. McLaughlin at the back there. He's looking at his options and he's going to go for a kick. Hamilton's looked to have missed.
Great bounce and a fantastic kick by Wynand McLaughlin sends Brackenfell deep into their territory. The original penalty kick was not. Heinz Steenkamp didn't find touch with that one, but the net result is a line out just outside the Brackenfell 22. And Heinz Steenkamp will certainly be buying. Heinz Steenkamp will certainly be buying Wynand McLaughlin a beer tonight at the bar for bailing him out of that one, Nick.
Good old saggy 3%er. Or would you go for the pale ale?
Maybe a desert lager.
Okay, Brackenfell with the defensive ball here. Grobler with a tough clearance here, but he makes it. On to McLaughlin, who's got options here. Gives it to Louis Null, who gets wrapped around the tackle. Suffocated there from Brackenfell, but looks like Hammy's with a pick and drive there. Ray Williams, strong power through onto the 5 meter. The red, black and yellow here really swarming that maul. Pushing through upfield. The P from the Hammies man, Friedel Weich. On to Dean Basson, who had such an influential game a couple weeks ago against Marties. Steenkamp through to Faulkner. Inside there for Ralston. Ralston not being stopped. Ralston for the line. Got to beat the last two defenders. He offloads it on. The pass doesn't go to hand. Enterprising play there, Adrian.
Damien Ralston cut the line like a hot knife through butter. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the final pass away. But certainly showing his spark, energy and class in the limited opportunities he's got in this game. He was certainly one to watch for going into this match. Just coming off a long 2-month leg injury. And that was oh so close for Hamilton.
Okay, now a strong line out here for Hammies.
And they've won it against the throw again. So another line out goes missing for Brackenfell.
Wensley Scott here trying to go by himself. He had options wide. Louis now going blindside. Big push up there. Hammies now with a big impetus. They found their gear. They're pushing forward. Pushing. This is now where Hammies need to capitalize. They need to get points from this visit.
Good momentum by Hammies. They're now in the 22. Kept the ball for multiple phases.
Options now. Onto Steenkamp. Onto DJ Faulkner. Onto McLaughlin. Inside for it's Henku Martins with the try. Fantastic interplay there from Hammies. And they've bounced back after the halftime break here, Adrian K.
Well, I must say, the same energy in defence has not been there for Brackenfell so far. Hammy's certainly getting the momentum, able to keep the ball for long periods of time and then swing it wide. And that's where the brilliance of Wynand McLaughlin and Henko Martins have led to a try for Hamilton's 16 minutes into the second half. They'll be relieved by that. They certainly have looked dangerous when they've gone wide, Nick.
Absolutely fantastic. Coach Robert Olivier having a quick chat with Louis Null and Yusuf Karim. I must say the Hammies fitness levels definitely showing true here, with them really stepping onto the gas and creating some magical rugby on this cold winter's day.
Well, that was a beautiful try, and let's see if Einsteenkamp can convert it.
And it's over! Hammies go 10 points to 6 up. Well done there, Hamiltons. They're really turning on this on the afterburners here.
Yes, that was a crucial try. Hammies have trailed for all 56 minutes of the match so far, and they've now hit the lead for the first time, Nick.
Let's see how Brackenfell respond to this. Hammy's really putting him under the pump for the first time in this game now. Let's see how deep Brackenfell can dig into their passion and their courage to see if they can finish this game strong, or will it be one-way traffic to Hammies?
Well, the line-out has been a huge source of concern for Brackenfell. They've unfortunately not been able to capitalize on many opportunities where they had line-outs within Hamilton's territory. So let's see what happens in this one.
Van Black with the throw, and he finds his pod there at the back. Good base there for Brackenfell to start from. Step by step. Forward momentum there, just eluding them, but the number of the fullback running onto it with his pass going wide, regathered and then lost forward by Louis Null. They should go back for the scrum.
It seems like Hamilton's Brackenfell have preferred the line-out option there. So they
definitely after Gustafsson coming on, I would also fancy the line-out instead.
Well, we'll have to see. Certainly, Brackenfell have had their problems in the line-out in this game. A succession of line-outs have not worked out for them, so it's going to be important. It's going to be important they win this one.
And the Brackenfell set piece is not going to hand you in the second half for Brackenfell.
Well, Hammy's able to read the Brackenfell line-out like a book at this stage, Nick.
And this game has just sort of upped its intensity in this last 10 minutes. Been absolutely pure to watch. Can't believe we're already almost halfway through the second half. The time has just sort of ran with us, and our Hammies on the attack.
Hammies. Fantastic offload by Damien Ralston.
Now Louis Null passing it wide. Hammies using the width of the field. Wensley Scott with the little dummy. He decides to go by himself, and he goes forward. Good strong up carry.
Great carry by Wensley Scott. Hammies need to be patient.
Gustafsson, the man from the puck. Here goes Louis Null blindside onto Wensley Scott again. Wensley Scott really putting his hand up in the second half.
Oh, lots of energy now from Hammies. Definitely getting the go forward. Can they finish it off here? They certainly look the more dangerous of the teams, with a massive counter-ruck by Brackenfell. Another massive counter-ruck, and the penalty going against Hamilton's. Brackenfell overloading on the breakdown, able to effect a penalty through a very effective counter-ruck there, Nick. It's been a hallmark of their performance so far, and why they're still involved in a very, very close contest here with Hamilton's at the Stephen Oval.
Some running repairs here happening to Devin Martinez, who has really put in a great effort this afternoon, as the sun makes an appearance for the first time today.
What a welcome appearance that's been, Nick. It's freezing cold here in the commentary box. I can only imagine it must be a few degrees cooler out there on the field.
I don't know, Adrian, but your commentary has kept me very warm this afternoon.
Thanks, Nick. I'll take any compliment I can get.
Once again, thanks to the team from Stats Pro who've set this up. Our great producer, Audrey, I apologize. And our fantastic cameraman, Miguel Smith, the main man.
Little break in play as Devin Martinez gets some strapping on his hand by the looks of things. Seems to be injured his hand a bit. He's got a knock to the hand, and time is now back on. Around about 18 minutes left in this one, Nick.
All to play for, only 4 points in it. Both teams still in with a great shot. Do Hammies have what it takes to seal this game off, or will Brackies come from behind?
Another scrappy line out from Brackenfell.
Ray Williams putting his hand up in the second half here. Louis now onto Aubrey Kutsir.
Great defense by Brackenfell, trapping Aubrey Kutsir behind the gain line.
The action happening right in front of us. There goes Dean Basson with a strong carry. Hammy sealing it nicely. Louis now digging deep there. Onto Aubrey, who gives it on to Gustafsson.
Massive run by Gustafsson. It's certainly that time of the game, Nick, where refereeing decisions will come under scrutiny. There's a lot of 50-50 calls around the field.
Basson running it through, finding gap. Gives it on to Henko Martins, who's playing wing there. Hammies with a good seal there. Good strong base to work off now as they approach the Brackenfell 22. Definitely looking for points. I fear if they get points here, that could be a bit out of reach for Brackenfell. Karim running.
Beautiful offload to Damien Ralston. Big decisions for the referee to make here. Lots of 50-50 calls.
Okay, and there goes Louis now going blindside. Heinz Steenkamp onto Ray Williams. There goes Ralston again. Hammy's now building great momentum. Refs coming back for the penalty.
And a big decision, Nick. A big decision to be made here. What is the call going to be back? Only 4 points in it. 16 minutes on the clock.
Well, for me, when in doubt, it's always parlour 2. Let's see what the captain decides here. If he does get 3 points, it means they are then within 7 points of Brackenfell.
He's going for the line out.
Chew up some time. If they do score, then there's a good chance for Hammies to seal this game off.
Yeah, quite a few substitutes on the field now.
Coach Rob really offloading his bench with a few tactical substitutes here.
Right, a big moment in the game. Line out 5 meters, 6 meters from the Brackenfell line. This will be crucial.
Aubrey Kutsir with the throw in. And it's untidy, won by Brackenfell.
This time yet another line out going awry in this game, Nick. It has certainly not been pretty to watch at that phase of the game.
The big Gario in there. Onto McLaughlin, who's got plenty of space. He goes for the kick across field. And there the Brackenfell player finding the ball very easily. Brackenfell under a bit of pressure there, but they managed to seal it off.
I mean, he's not able to capitalize on that penalty deep in that line out deep inside Brackenfell's 22, and now Brackenfell have a chance to get out. This game's still up for grabs, still anybody's game, Nick.
Referee coming back for the penalty.
And the referee judges that there was a late hit there.
And as we go with less than 15 minutes on the clock, how this game has changed into Hammy's favour.
It certainly has, but Hamilton's not able to land the knockout blow in the last 10 minutes or so.
The referee showing
Brackenfell have a chance now to get out of their territory and back into Hammy's territory.
Mouton with the kick. And he kicks it just past the 10-metre line.
Touchline flag raised just past the 10-metre line, Hammy's territory.
Heinz Steenkamp having a few words there with the ref, just highlighting some of his concerns.
Yes, all eyes are going to be on the ref, Nick. Certainly with a score of 10 points to 6. We've already seen a number of 50-50 decisions today, and let's hope it doesn't come down to a contentious refereeing decision.
It's not been the prettiest game, but it still has been a classic. Brackenfell starting now with all these mistakes creeping into their
A
game.
bit of frustration I sense there, Nick. Yet another line out going awry for Brackenfell inside Hammy's territory, and that I must say has probably been the reason why they find themselves 10 points to 6 down at the moment.
You feel that Brackenfell are just trying to push things a bit too much, which is causing these unforced errors. They need to just be a bit more patient and just wait for the game to come to them. And the replacement Hasp on for Louis Null.
Yeah, Clinton Habs will be looking to bring some much needed energy, and unfortunately he got caught at the back of the scrum there, and Brackenfell have a chance. Back in Hammy's territory, Nick.
Brackenfell pushing up strong here. Can they gain some important yardage? On to the replacement Mouton, who spreads it to his forward, running the pod there. The 15 Sivertson not really going anywhere.
Excellent turnover by Hammies. I think that was the captain Aubrey Kutsia who affected that turnover, and now they can go wide.
Ray Williams onto Henku Martins, the athlete. Henku Martins losing it forward there.
What a great run by Henku Martins. Those long legs being given life here in the second half.
Also acting as the boss man there. McLaughlin under it. Sends it wide to Heinz Steenkamp. Onto Ralston. Ralston cracking on the afterburners. Ralston going for the corner.
Got ankle tap there. That was a crucial intervention, Nick.
It's the only way you can stop this man. There, Gustafsson with a big strong carry, just like a bulging elephant. On the African savannah, Wensley Scott now. He did well, Heinz Steenkamp, not to lose that forward.
Big moments. Can Hammies close this game out?
Hammies now setting up camp in that
Penalty
Brackenfell half.
Penalty advantage, Nick.
Hammies now just plugging away, lads. Keep it going. Plug it away. The gaps will come.
The quick tap.
Well, if they score from here, I don't see any way back for Brackenfell. Passon there trying to seeing some white line fever. And now Hammy is just trying to plug away again. Another pick and drive. Not really going anywhere.
Well, massive defense by Brackenfell, holding out here under a succession of pick and drives and penalties. Well, you can't possibly be playing that ball in the ruck.
Oh, look at the power
Very
in those
close now,
legs.
Nick. Very, very close. We must be no more than a meter away yet.
Nail biting stuff here at the Stephen Oval. Basson trying to go for it. Hammy trying to restart, regather themselves. Yeah. The next pick and drive.
They're over the line.
And the chairman, Mike Reynolds, pleading for a try. He saw something there the ref didn't see.
Well, I think the ref was unsighted there, not in the right position to award that try, Nick.
And the chairman in disbelief. My word, the chairman's face.
Said it all. I think the referee found himself in the wrong position to award that try. I think he should have been behind that pick and drive.
As we have Janssen and Wilson coming on. Super Mario Wilson, number 23. Watch out for him. Wensley Scott looks to be coming off.
It seems as though, if I'm not mistaken, Heinz Steenkamp will stay on. You probably go to fullback or inside centre. And so, yeah, it's Wensley Scott and DJ Faulkner that have come off. So the change is Mario Wilson for DJ Faulkner and Charles Janssen for Wensley Scott, with the captain Heinz Steenkamp moving from 10 to 12, Nick.
All right, as Hammies look to close out this game, what are they going to look to do? Just go for the points, or just try and eat up time and try and push for that try?
Well, it's a scrum 5 meters from the line. Hammies held up over the line. They might be looking for an 8-9-15 blind side here. Let's see what they opt for. Or maybe they'll go for a pushover try. They've certainly been in the ascendancy in the scrums, Nick. Be interesting to see if they can hold their nerve here and make the right decisions.
Yeah, let's see. I think Gustafsson, since coming on at the start of the half, has really added some great impetus onto the Hammies front row, giving great go-forward ball. Herbs puts it in. Actually, Brackenfell's scrum looking good there. Onto the replacement, Super Mario Wilson. Not really going anywhere.
Massive defense by Brackenfell. These are huge moments in this game.
Spreading it wide to Basson. Dean Basson, as ever, such an influential player in this game. Super Mario Wilson. Going wide now. Gustafsson not been able to evade that first tackle. Okay, ball not
Pass by Clinton Hart, but picked up by McLaughlin.
Going through now onto Karim. Karim for the line, and he's over. What a try!
Well,
That seals the game for Hamilton. Surely, Mr. K.
Oh, beautiful try by Yazid Karim in the corner. Certainly, Hamiltons have looked very dangerous when taking the ball wide. Not easy to take the ball wide in conditions like this, Nick.
And Coach Robert Olaf here, a lot of pressure, can tell us lifted off his face there. Very happy with the subs he's brought on. Great game plan, just been put together and finished off.
Well, I must say, Brackenfell, who defended magnificently in the first half, have certainly not brought the same effort in defence to the second half, Nick. It may be that they began to tire after Hammies had so much possession in the first half. Perhaps superior fitness being the reason why Hamiltons have hit the lead and performed so strongly in the second half. And it seems like Heinz Steenkamp will line up the conversion here.
And he strikes it very nicely, but just to the right of the upright.
So with 5 minutes to go, Nick, Hamiltons have stretched their lead to 9 points. And it seems like they're in pole position to take the 4 points away from this game.
As I think the next batch of rain comes upon us, Hamilton's, can just breathe a lot easy and just see out the next 4.5 minutes. And Brackenfell with the restart. Regathered there from Hammies.
Another short kick. The short kick has certainly been employed by Brackenfell throughout this game. It seems to be a marginal high tackle there. Not picked up by the ref this time.
And the clearance there from Janssen. Onto the Brackenfell wing, Van Staden. Brackenfell securing that ball. Spreading it wide. Hammies with their rush defense really suffocating Brackenfell's attack there. With the scrummy, but loose, but sloppy there.
Well, slipping and sliding here, Nick. And a knock on. And I believe with that knock on, I think that is pretty much it for Brackenfell today. With only 3 minutes and 40 seconds roundabout on the clock now.
As the big boys come on, Alison Bester, but unfortunately I think it's a bit too little too late for Brackenfell, who've really put in a spirited first half performance. But as you've said, Adrian, they've just fallen away in the second half, unable to keep that same intensity about themselves.
I think that when the weather conditions cleared a little bit in the second half, became a little bit easier for Hammies to get the ball wide, and that's certainly where they've looked most dangerous today.
And again, as we wait for the scrum to take place, time ticks away. The sands of time are not in Brackenfell's favour now. Aubrey Kutsia there, commanding presence since coming on. Him and Arno Gustafsson really providing great go-forward ball here. Unfortunately, on that occasion, losing their footing.
It's been a tough day in the scrums. I would say early on, Brackenfell probably had the advantage in this phase. And then in the second half, it's certainly been a dominant performance in the scrum by Hamiltons. And partly the cause of their 15-6 lead has been their performance at the scrum.
Once again, just like to thank our valuable sponsors for bringing us this broadcast. Klopper Sport, Decro Paints and Strasburger's fantastic shoes. And Hammy's now spreading it wide. Their more natural game now occurring.
Damien Rawson being tackled back in that move.
As we go into the last minute now of play. And Herb's finding a bit of space.
Perhaps hold on to that for a little bit too long, but here goes Ray Williams.
Herb's now onto Aubrey Kutsia.
Hamilton still sticking to their structures.
Just looking to seize out this game. And there goes Heinstein, comes the commander.
Offload.
Onto Sia Apoleni with a big hit there from young Kruger.
No release there in the tackle.
Hammy's now spreading it comfortably like a nice hot knife across the toast.
Charles Janssen certainly a great distributor of the ball. Here's Damien Rawson again. What a game he's had today, Nick.
Yes, who would you nominate as your man of the match?
Well, it's a tough call. I would probably, I think the replacement prop for me, Arno Gustafsson, is probably gets my vote for man of the match.
Yeah, I think very, very good choice there. Although the other prime candidate for me was also Henku Martins with his try, but definitely since coming on, Gustafsson really set the momentum for Hammies.
Hammy's playing a wide game now in the wet conditions, spreading it wide and looking very enterprising and dangerous.
So officially speaking, our Strasburger's man of the match will be Arno Gustafsson. Thank you for your recommendation there, Adrian K.
Thank you. I wasn't aware that my recommendation would be the official man of the match, but that's great. I think he deserves it. He's had a fantastic performance in the scrum, certainly in carrying the ball, getting Hammies onto the front foot, getting the momentum that has led to 2 tries in the second half. And the cause of Hamilton's being able to take the ball wide and prosper there with their dangerous outside backs.
Can't be too much long left now. This is referee's optional time. Hammies can't really get a bonus point for the 4th try because they've only scored 2.
Yeah, what will Brackenfell do? Will they? They've certainly got a bonus point on offer here, trailing by only 9. A little bit over eager there by Hammies, not really under pressure and giving the penalty away right at the end of this match.
And it definitely looks like Brackenfell don't have much left in their tank. All their big forwards with hands on their knees, probably just waiting for the ref to blow his whistle.
Right, so this is probably the phase as we get to the end where Brackenfell will be most disappointed. Their lineouts have not functioned. They've certainly had plenty of opportunities throughout the game within Hamilton's territory, but were not able to capitalise on that. And they'll go back to Brackenfell this week and analyse where their lineouts have gone wrong.
And what would you think Coach Robert Olivier would work on the upcoming week for Hammies?
Well, going up against the league leaders Unimol, there's a lot to work on, but this team is building week by week as we see a penalty for obstruction. I think Coach Robert Olivier will look at this as a stepping stone, building confidence, and building momentum, and it looks like Clinton Happ's going to put that out to touch and take the win.
And as the ref calls full time here, what a great, I won't say, wasn't a great game as rugby. And general damager, Derek takes a big fall, but he looks okay.
Yes, the general manager slipping in the wet conditions here, being attended to by the medical staff at the moment. Yeah, look, it probably wasn't the prettiest affair, Nick. But I think Hamilton's will be very happy with their momentum that they were able to create in the second half. Brackenfell had an excellent first half. Physically, they really came at Hamilton's and never gave them an opportunity to string phases together. All in all, from 6-3 down at halftime, I think Hamilton's will, in these conditions, be happy with a 15-6 victory.
Yeah, 12 unanswered points in that second half. Definitely Hamilton substitutions coming on and really providing massive impact for their victory here today.
Yes, it's certainly 4 crucial points that were not an easy 4 points today. In other words, very, very difficult conditions, and Brackenfell came out and played excellently in the first half, and they should be commended for it. Probably, if I was to say, if it was a dry day, I think Hammies would have got more opportunities to take the ball wide, and they may have got a more comfortable win here today. But all credit to Brackenfell for using the conditions and keeping the score so close. Hammies will take 15-6 probably any day. Looking back at what the conditions were like in the first half, they'll be happy with the 4 points.
No, 100%. We just again like to thank our sponsors, Klopper Sport, Decro Paints, brightening up your life, and Strasburger Shoes, the comfortable shoe for your lifestyle. Just wanting to thank you, all the viewers, for tuning into this epic encounter. Coach Adrian K, my co-commentator, thank you for your time here today. And Nick Brits here signing off from a very cold Greenpoint.
Thanks, Nick. We look forward to the next game. It's going to be a massive clash against the league leaders Milnerton. Hamiltons have got to raise their game for that one, and we look forward to it.